Good morning, sir. Morning, sir. Good morning, ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning.
Sir, sir, can you drink on board? Please change us. Program of Sikkim Judicial Academy. Oh, district also Khasa, Mr. Champion Dami Khasa. Yes. I have to support online. Given the matter, just I'm sending the link to the join one, please. I will just see you join and then I will take your sweet time. I'm sending the link.
Sir, camera or audio beta on, sir? On, sir. Or off side, right?
It's on, sir.
On, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Zoom one messages. Nonsense. Awesome.
Recording is on. Thank you. Good morning. Nilesh, हामी जोइन गर्दा हुन्छ अब सिस्टम गर्दा
Even there is a problem.
So we can't hear you properly. So we go audio. There's some problem.
कहाँबाट
मैले नम्बर दिइराख्छु नि त मलाई नम्बर
खानाले हो होला कि
दुई जग्गा भयो
यता जाम हुँदैन अरे माथि
जाम हुँदैन जाम भयो नि त मैले त्यो गाडी नम्बर र त्यो गेटको नम्बर पनि दिएको छु
ए ओके ल थ्याङ्क यू
प्रब्लम भयो मलाई
So by 2:30 type.
ल
Vinay sir, now we can start.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Dibaksu.
Again, there is a problem. Why? Resolving network issue. जगत सर सुन्नु हुँदैछ? विनय सरको के भयो लिङै छैन पाल्देन सरले जोइन गर्नु भएको छैन हैन
भनिदेऊ न तिमी दुईजना
जोइन गर्नु किसिमले म मेरो
स्टार्ट गर्नु
just Hi.
Good morning, Pradhan sir.
Vinay sir, now Vinay and Mr. Rajeev.
Ready? Yes.
Good morning each and everyone present here.
It is my pleasure and privilege to have the presence of two learned persons for today's program. I, on behalf of Sikkim to extend warm welcome to both of them. We have joined us today
To deliberate on various modules of IT prepared by e-commerce Supreme Court of India for implementation across the justice delivery system of our country. It is also my pleasure to extend cordial and affectionate welcome to all learned judicial officers who have joined this platform from all district and subdivision of the state. Now, without further delay, I would like to request and hand over this platform to learned resource person of today's program with request to begin the first session of today's program. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Honorable Principal District and Session Judge, Honorable Director, Sikkim Judicial Academy, Honorable District Judges,
learned judicial magistrates, magistrates. We have done this e-court services program, if I correctly remember, a few months back, about 4 or 5 months back, when I was still posted at Gelsing. So I won't dwell upon the previous facts and data which I had already provided. I will just try to deal with if anything new has come in this e-court services. I think, Director Sir, your both mics are on. Okay. So first of all, we have this NJDC. We all know that National Judicial Data Grid is a web platform where a consolidated data of all the district courts of the country, including the high courts, are displayed. It gives us the data about the pending cases, civil and criminal both. It also provides us with the age of the cases in the numeric form as well as in the chart form. Sometimes if we, I know that all the learned judicial officers are pressed with time, but if certainly the learned officers would get time, then the website of NZDZ may be perused. We tend to lose contact with these websites because of the time which we have very less. But nevertheless, sometimes we can devote some time to going through this website and see what is there, because I think seeing and using it by oneself makes one more familiar to these websites. So as I said, National Judicial Data Grid is a growing website. In fact, very soon the cases of Honorable Supreme Court would also be included in the NZDZ. So that is the new development that has been there so far. Till now, we have district court data and the high court's data in the NZDZ. The data of Supreme Court cases will also be linked there very soon. That is one of the development in NZDZ. Now, for us, the NZDZ may not be of much value instantly, but for people who are researching in law, who are researching in judicial data, the website is very, very helpful. The next, which I want to inform the audience here, is that we have recently got a letter from the chairperson E-Committee, Honorable Supreme Court of India, that all the cases of the high courts, even which are in physical formats, since the existence of the high courts, are to be converted into PDF and uploaded in a portal. Now, a new portal has been opened by the E-Committee, Supreme Court, where the only judgments are uploaded there. Means the judgments of all the high courts, judgments of all the Supreme Courts, including the orders, would be accessible in that particular website. So it would be a dedicated portal for judgment. So for that, all the physical format files which exist in any of the high courts needs to be converted into the PDF format and needs to be made available in that portal. We have been asked a time frame to do that. I have been told the cases of the Honorable High Court cases and orders exist since 1936. So it's going to be a huge task. We are unable to frame a time because of the volume of the cases that we have. But nevertheless, we will be doing that very soon. This means that all these data, in the future will be linked with the NZDZ, and any orders and judgments would also be there. So this is the new development in National Judicial Data Grid, which is a recent development. Next is e-court services website. Now we all know that websites exist for all the district courts in the country in the platform e-courts. Now e-court services, or even if I may say the e-courts project, is a device project, but still what I see is it's still in a developing phase. Every now and then we are trying and seeing the errors and correcting the errors and moving on to different platforms. Now very soon in this context also, the websites of the district courts are being shifted to a different platform. I think we already have that website for the district court Namchi, which was started as a pilot project. Now for the other districts also, we have given the green signal to open a website in a different platform where the templates would be similar. Because if you see, the templates and the contents in the websites throughout the country is different. Some are uploading same content in a different template. So to avoid all this, there is going to be a uniform platform where all the templates would be same for all the district courts in the entire country. In our state, barring Soreng and Pakyong, whose approval for opening our website has been rejected because there's no physical court out there. So we cannot have a just website of a place where the court actually does not exist in physical infrastructure. So we have avoided Pakyong and Soreng. Soreng, though there is a court, but the website needs to be of a district court. And since Soreng is a sub-divisional court, we have avoided opening a website for them because website is a virtual representation of a physical infrastructure of a court complex. Since we don't have a physical court complex there, a physical infrastructure, we don't have website for Soreng and Pakyong, and it is not likely to be opened till we have a physical infrastructure there. So just briefly telling, the website of the e-courts would be changed very soon. I think the process has started for the districts also. We'll be having a different website, and that is the website which is to be used. It's completely on an e-courts platform. Next I have is e-court services. Now what would these websites contain? As I said earlier, we may not be using these websites very much, but the litigants, the stakeholders do use these websites. In fact, the website hit of the courts, hit means the persons accessing the website, the number of persons accessing the websites is termed as a hit. The technical language is very high compared to many of the websites of the different government departments. So the e-courts project, even in the e-court services, though it does not appear to us apparently that it may be any useful to it, but believe me, the use of e-court websites and e-court services by the stakeholders, especially the lawyers and the litigants, is very high. So for this, we need to update our websites in time. We need to remove all the old data from the websites. We need to monitor this so that website is a first impression that a person or a stakeholder, anyone tech savvy, would get once they log on to the website. So we must have a very, very updated website so that the impression which we give is pleasant to the person accessing that website. Because it's just like, if I may say, it's just like any people coming to the court and having an impression of a physical court at the first instance. Website is a virtual face of a court that it represents. So we need to be very careful on this. We need to remove the old data. Sometimes we do have advertisements published way back in the month of April, let's suppose, and the exam is also over, the recruitment is also over, but still the website, in the tab new or latest announcement, the old data are also still being reflected. So we need to monitor this and remove all the data. That can be done at the district level only. There's no permission required from the Honorable High Court to update the websites. The login credentials are with the system officers. That can be done timely. That is what I would request the learned officers in the courts, that our websites be updated, checked, monitored frequently. The systems officers can be tasked with this job. The website provides us the details about the pending cases in the trial courts. As I said, we are shifting into new platform. I will admit that the present website platform is a quite large website. It's a bit slow, and to get one data, you have to enter many other data. So I personally feel that the ease of access of these websites is not good. But hopefully the one which we are changing into will provide more ease of access than the one which we have. We have mobile applications like e-court services mobile app, Justice app. Now, Justice app, actually we all had a problem with the Android phone, iPhones, where downloading Justice app is still a problem. It is downloaded in my mobile phone also, but it does not work there. Hopefully some solutions would come in the future. I tried to update it with the latest version also with the help of e-committee Supreme Court, but still not working. Nevertheless, the Justice app is no different from eCourt Services app. In fact, I use eCourt Services mobile app more frequently than the Justice app, even when I had Android. Justice app is particularly meant for judges, where you can enter all your pending cases, which cases are listed on which particular day. There is a calendar feature out there, and the login is specific to a judicial officer. We'll have to enter our codes, which we have, like SK. My code is SK00010, and the password we can set ourselves. So, but I would still suggest the eCourt Services mobile app is very, very friendly. I would use it in the place of Justice app, but I do not know the other master trainers trained by e-committee Supreme Court of India are of the view that Justice app is better and one should use that. But I personally didn't feel any difference between Justice app and eCourt's mobile app, so I use the eCourt's mobile app. One can use it. It's very helpful, and it helps us in perusing all our data of our particular court regarding the pending cases, even the disposed ones, the type of cases, etc. We can load all our pending cases in a particular place in the eCourt's mobile app, and at one click we can have the data of all our pending cases. Well, one can, when there is a free time, you open that app and one can add those cases in your app, in your eCourt's mobile services app, to give you a feel of digital diary that we would have. I think still we use the physical diaries to note our cases, but we can substitute that with eCourt Services mobile app. Now, next is the eSeva Kendra. As there is a lot of query I'm getting about eSeva Kendra regarding the contractual employees, I want to be candid on this. We have written to the Honorable Supreme Court as we are not aware which fund to be used to continue their contract. And one of the thing that has occurred in our case is that we have appointed contractual employees at different times. Some of the district courts appointed it in October itself, some in November, some in December, and some even in June 2022. So this has led to a little bit of problem for us in requesting for fund, because we have to submit the utilization certificate. And as we all know, utilization certificate can be submitted only when there is an exhaustion of the fund that is provided. But in our case, since it's a recurring amount, we are finding it difficult to submit the utilization certificate. But after requesting the e-committee, they asked us to whatever funds we have utilized so far regarding these recurring funds of the contractual employees, which is used to pay their salary and the internet connection. So hopefully we are hoping to get some reply by October, but maybe, I am not sure, the proposal that would be placed is that we have to discharge those contractual employees if we don't have fund. So that is what I'm thinking. If learned officers could suggest something else, then I would definitely place that. Or they can work voluntarily. Obviously the fund is going to come, but when, we are not sure of it. So I don't think that anyone would, without payment of salary, would like to stay there as an employee and work. But if someone is willing, I think that can be done. And as and when the fund comes, we can again re-recruit them, subject to the performance they have given during their tenure. So in eSeva Kendra, nevertheless, we still have the other regular staff who are placed in the eSeva Kendra. They can continue the function even if we lose the contractual employee for the meantime. Now, eSeva Kendra has developed as a concept of providing only e-services. But this has grown now, and we are using eSeva Kendra more as a help center, where people querying about anything would approach the eSeva Kendra, and it is now not very exclusive only for e-services. The major task that the eSeva Kendra functions is in e-filing. Some of the lawyers they are unable to e-file, they would approach the e-Seva Kendra and file make any e-filing from there. Or it can, from one particular e-Seva Kendra, we can e-file for any of the district courts or even for the high courts. The only thing is we need to have a login data. So the e-Seva Kendra has been helping the lawyers, especially in e-filing the cases, even at high court. The other ancillary work of e-Seva Kendra which has grown is that, as per the guidelines that we have received, is it should cater to everything. It should cater to even to information that whether the particular judge is on leave or not. If some of the judges are on leave on a particular day, one can go there and ask whether the judge is on leave or is on duty for the day. So what I want to stress is that even a smallest thing as someone being on leave, a judicial officer, also is an information which needs to be provided to the litigant or any of the stakeholders. It can help also in physical filing of the case, which we are doing in Judicial Service Center. In fact, we are mooting a proposal out here that e-Seva Kendra, at least at the High Court level, we also convert it into a filing center even for physical files. So we can have all the employees there. At present, we have two different places in the High Court for e-filing and physical filing. So we want to remove this also. As we all know, e-Pay has also started through SBI Connect. And for e-payment services also, e-Seva Kendra would provide help to the lawyers or the litigants. This is actually a novice practice which we have started. Actually, e-Seva Kendra, once it is a fully functional, fully technology-based Kendra, then it should cater only to the e-services. But we are still in a nascent stage where even for filing, we are still not paperless courts. So our e-filing is just that we e-file it. Again, it is printed in a physical format and placed before the court. Actually, this is not the concept of paperless court and e-filing. E-filing means everything should go to the computer. But to make the stakeholders familiar with the process, we are still asking them to e-file it, and then we get it printed and place it before the court. So this is a nascent stage of e-filing process, whereas the actual concept is if the e-filing would serve actually in the paperless courts where all the data would be in digital format. I think very soon we will be working on paperless courts also. We may have to start from one of the districts where pendency is less, because all of the states, even at the district levels, for certain type of cases have started paperless courts. And one more information that I would like to give is very soon the proceedings of the Honorable High Court will be live streamed. We are working on it, as most of the high courts have started live streaming. But one of the technical problem which even I did not know was that the live streaming goes to the YouTube link, and for that we need to have at least 1,000 subscribers. So once it is proposed to get started, I would request all the learned officers to subscribe to that particular YouTube channel and also impress upon the lawyers and any stakeholders you find, so that we get 1,000 subscribers. Otherwise, we won't be able to do any live streaming. So that would be my next request in the times to come. I think that is the broad topic, broadly what I've spoken about the topics that has been given to me. Any questions, I would be happy to take it. As even I am pressed with time very much, like all the learned officers out here. I think learned principal district judge would know that I'm finding it difficult to take out this half an hour time today here. Having worked in the High Court, it's quite different. I'm quite pressed for time even today. But I would take happily any questions that any learned officers would ask for.
Vinay sir,
Yes,
in regard to the e-Seva Kendra employees, there is no proper guidelines, the parameters, what are the basic functions they are required to perform. We are just saying litigant or information. Litigants are coming, getting some information about the status of the cases. And that particular service being provided by this desk office of Dalsa only. Because they are also attached in front of the court premises. And there is now the confusion with regard to jurisdiction. What are the basic committee? I think I have seen once there's a specific guidelines given to these employees of the Seva Kendra. If you kindly
Yes.
share the guidelines to all non-it session judges as well as the non-it principal decision session, so that they can work.
Yes, sir. We'll work on this. Actually, why this happened is that even I was in the interview board that selected the contractual employee for the West District. Now the guidelines is there, sir, regarding how to set up a e-Seva Kendra. But guidelines regarding how these employees are to work is not there. Now, there was no qualification provided for selecting these contractual employees. It was PLB. As we all know, a PLB need not be an educated person, or a PLB can still work with the Legal Services Authority despite having a less education. So it was PLB / any other person. So we drew a corollary and did not insist on the requirement of qualification even of the contractual employee. But yes, some graduates came for the interview, and based on the their basic knowledge on computers, they were selected. So in fact, I agree with that. Even I do not know now, after working for some time in the e-Seva Kendras, whether they have familiarized with their duty or they have learned something. I'm not sure about that. But initially, they absolutely knew nothing about these e-services, etc. So hopefully, we will get some guidelines in the future as to who should be these contractual employees. As of now, no qualification is prescribed for employing the contractual employee in the e-Seva Kendra. So our hands are tied to that extent. But yes, the districts, while selecting the contractual employees, did look into the person's qualification, and the selections have been made of the person who was best, at least among them, in the computers. So since your voice was not very clear, I could understand only a certain portion of your question. The rest I couldn't get it. So I assume this was what you asked for, and I've answered that.
Otherwise, without guidelines,
Yes.
without any record, it is very difficult to justify to seek fund from the Committee Supreme Court of India. What is
Yes,
the function being performed by the employees in e-Seva Kendra? So I
no,
think
sir.
yes.
These guidelines have come from E-Committee Supreme Court of India only. The appointment of contractual employee or PLV is a direction of E-Committee Supreme Court of India, sir.
Okay. Yes, any questions from any non-judicial officer to non-judicial person on topic so far discussed and deliberate? No questions then. Minister, you have completed your deliberation?
देखो ये वाला कंप्यूटर को बोला दो ना कोई. So if there are no questions, I would pass over the forum to Suraj, sir. Secretary, Lordship. So we can use this for a while.
Yes, yes.
I have to go to leadership.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
Now this, I request you to kindly take
Yes.
and proceed to this second session.
Good morning, all the esteemed senior district and session judges, all my colleagues. I'm having a small problem with regard to the connectivity. I'm trying to fix it. I'm connected to registrar's Wi-Fi thing, but I think the network is very, very low in this room. So I'll be shifting to the CPC's network. Then I'll carry over. I have few slides. which I will be sharing with you. Today I have been assigned with two topics. One is with regard to the N step, which we all know that now that particular N step electronic service of summons and notices and all have uh, already been implemented in the courts. And another topic I am dealing with is the ICJS, Interoperable Criminal Justice System. So I have few slides which I wanted to share. You need math coverage.
Password 355655.
Screen sharing गर्दिरहेको नि हैन स्क्रिन शेयरिङ Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir. Please proceed.
राम्रो connected त छ है।
Yes, sir. It's
Hello,
absolutely clear. Yes.
Hima sir,
Yes.
am I audible?
Yes, sir. Please. It's clear. Crystal clear.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Can you see me, sir?
Yes.
Because there is a network issue here.
No, your network is very strong now, sir. Please proceed.
Yeah. Now, let me proceed.
Yes, please.
I'm sorry for this technical glitch. I'll be sharing some of the slides with you with regard to the any step and the ICJS. So basically, any step is a mobile application which is used for the delivery of the services like the summons and notices which are issued by the courts. So this application has already been implemented, and I think the process server has also been allotted with one smartphone. To have this, we need to have one smartphone with us. So whatever processes are generated, those processes are directly transferred in those mobile phones, and the process server will take a hard copy along with him, and he also carry along the mobile smartphone which is issued to him by the e-committee. And while the service of the process to the parties, he will physically deliver the copy of the notice or the summon, the hard copy. Then he can click a picture also of the person to whom the notice has been delivered, and he can also get the signature, and he immediately can upload it in the network. So which will be immediately, if the network is good, then it will be uploaded in the network, and the court will come to know that the summon or the notice which was issued by a particular court has already been delivered to the party. So this is the facility. I'll share some of the slides. I'm having a problem with sharing of the screen. I don't know, something is wrong with my laptop. This window. Director sir, can I come back again because I am having problem sharing the screen?
Yes, please.
Just give me 2 minutes.
Yes. No issues.
Fine, boy. कति भन्नु ल अहिले एउटा मैले ड्राफ्ट पठाएको थिएँ नि अमुलाई त्यो रेडी गर्न यता पठाइदिएँ ल
No, sir, can you see the screen now?
Not at all, sir.
It is there on the screen.
No, we have seen just built-in the software only this. A second. Right? Yes. It has come, sir. It is visible. Mistake.
Yes. Director sir, can you see the screen now?
Yes, it's visible, sir.
All right. Let me start.
Yes, please.
Sir, there are few slides with regard to the N step. These slides were circulated by the Honorable E Committee, Supreme Court of India. So I have made some changes in this, and I am presenting you these slides. Now let me go through these slides one by one. So this is National Service and Tracking of the Electronic Process, that is N step in short. Now, like I have already apprised the participants that a smart mobile phone is required for this delivery of the processes through this N step. So National Service and Tracking of Electronic Process is an Android OS app. That means Android phone is required with this application. So developed for the service and the delivery of the court processes. This app will be used by bailiffs, that is, we call it the process servers of the court for delivery of the processes. So whatever processes are generated, and one thing we must remember is that whatever process we generated has to be generated through CIS only. If we generate the process outside the CIS, then this process will not be uploaded in these mobile phones. So it has to be generated through CIS. So CIS provides facility to generate electronic processes in PDF formats. Once the electronic processes are generated, process admin of the respective court, that is, I think it has been given to the Nazir of the court, will assign the delivery of the process to the bailiffs. Now, this is the screen which we see in the mobile app once we open the app. So the bailiff needs to select state from the drop down menu. So this screen you can see on the right side of the screen. We can see the this is of the Maharashtra. So we have to choose Sikkim. Then from the drop down menu, then enter the registered mobile number, the mobile number which is registered with this CIS system of the bailiff. Then once it is entered, then we'll get a OTP password. So once we enter the OTP password, the next screen will be this one.
Oh, so we can't see the screen, sir.
The screen not visible, sir.
Yes, sir.
Director sir, can you see the screen?
No, it's not visible from our side, sir.
Just a minute, then.
From side of Rajeev madam.
I'll be reconnecting again.
Yes, please, sir.
You only.
Yes. Huh? Yeah. Yes, sir, it is now visible.
Nima sir, can you see the screen now?
Yes, sir, please.
All the participants, please confirm whether you can see the screen now or not.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. So these I have already discussed this. These are the PPTs shared by the Honorable E-Committee, Supreme Court of India. Now we'll continue with this National Service and Tracking of Electronic Processes. This is there, which in short, we call it as any step. So National Service and Tracking of the Electronic Processes is Android OS app. This is an OS application developed for the service and delivery of the court processes. So it is an Android-based app. Any Android mobile, it can be downloaded and it can be operated from any Android-based app, Android OS app. So this app will be used by the belly for the corporate delivery of the processes. So one thing we always remember is that this CIS, Case Information System, always provides a facility to generate the electronic processes in a PDF format. So if we have to ensure that the processes are served through the any step, then we have to generate the processes through the CIS only, because this CIS has a mechanism through which the processes generated through CIS will be automatically transferred in the mobile app, so that process server can go to the place or to the addressee and deliver the process. Once the electronic processes are generated, process admin of the respective court will assign the delivery process to the bailiff. This will be electronically assigned in the mobile. Now, how you will operate this app is that once you download this app, then you will get this kind of screen in your mobile phone. Once you have installed it, then you will get this kind of screen. So once you get this kind of screen, then bailiff needs, that means the process server needs to select the state. This is of Maharashtra. Now you can select the state. Once the state is selected and the registered mobile number is entered in this column, then one OTP password will be generated, which will be sent to the registered mobile number. Once you enter the OTP password, then you will get this screen. That means now the bailiff or the process server is logged to the mobile app. So once it is login, this screen will come. Now this in this screen you will get on the top of app, you will display the court count of processes for which status needs to be uploaded on the server. Now, how many processes are there, how many are served, how many are unserved, and how many processes you have already uploaded, the status of the processes, whether you have uploaded or not, everything will be displayed here in this. So there is a facility for QR code scanning also. If you scan the QR code of a particular case, because as we all know that all the case registered with the CIS is assigned with a QR code also. If with this mobile application, if you scan the QR code, then you will automatically get all those processes which are to be solved in your mobile phone. You can see how many processes in a particular case are to be delivered, or how many have already been delivered, or which of the process have been uploaded or which are not been uploaded till date. So by scanning the QR code also you can see all these things. Once QR code is scanned, you can also see the previously delivered or undelivered processes in this screen. The list of the processes to be served is also displayed. So refresh button, if you press the refresh button, then you can see the newly allocated processes. How many new processes? Because the process server, once he go, he will be on his way. So on the way also we can upload the processes to his mobile phone which are to be served by him. So this is the another screen. After the bailiff reaches the address of the party to whom the process is to be served, he needs to tap on the process from the list which will display the process in PDF format. So this is the process. This is in PDF format, but you will take a hard copy also. You will hand over the hard copy of this process to the addressee or the plaintiff or the defendant or the accused who is to appear before the court. Then he can also click a picture of the person to whom he has delivered the process, and he can take the signature of that person. Once the service of the process is completed, then you will hand over the physical copy to the concerned party. Then click on the capture photo. He can capture the photo of the person. Then he can get the signature also. So this is the screen. I am sharing the screen also. So this is how he can take the picture, and he can take the signature of the person to whom the service has been delivered. Then the location, the GPS location can also be captured in the mobile. So once the process is delivered, once the picture is taken, once the signature is obtained, then he can capture the GPS location at which location he has handed over the process to the accused or the party. Then he will upload everything. He will upload this signature, picture, and the location at which the service was delivered to the system, that is the CIS system. So this is the screen where you can see that how many summons or notices have been served, how many are unserved. So if you click this served, then you will see all the served summons and notices. Then confirm and upload. Once you click here confirm and upload, then all those which have been served will be uploaded in the system. Similarly, with regard to the unserved summons and notices, he will check it and he will upload it, saying that this has not been served. So while uploading the status of the process to the server, if any communication problem arises or device has network issues, then status goes uploaded locally on the mobile device of the bailiff. That means, sometimes when the process server is in a place where there is no mobile connection or no mobile network, in these places if we uploaded all those status of the summons and notices, those status will be uploaded in the mobile phone itself. So it will remain in the remain uploaded in the mobile phone, and as and when the network connectivity is restored, the network connectivity of the mobile phone which the process server is carrying is restored, then it will be automatically uploaded in the CIS system. Now you can also view all these things in the side menu. This is home menu. You can clicking in this home menu, you can see all these processes, how many of are served, how many are not unserved, how many are to be served, pending processes, all. Then how many were uploaded, how many are not uploaded. If you have already served some of the notices and you are having the storage problem in your mobile phone, then you can delete some of the served processes also, and this is the logout button. Once everything is done, you can log out from this application. Now this is the screen, how you upload it. The option displays list of the all served processes. So these are some of the processes which have already been served. Now Belief can upload it. If due to some technical glitches, if it could not be uploaded, then he can re-upload it also in the later stage. Now you can delete the processes. Once you have done with the processes, then you can delete it, because it will consume your memory. So you will not be able to get other processes in your device. Now once everything is done, like I said, once the processes whichever is given for service to the process server is delivered, or if some of the processes could not be delivered due to the reasons, there can be reasons that the person who was supposed to be served with the notice was not present at home, or he was out of station, or the house was locked. There are so many reasons. We see all those reasons in our physical form of processes also, which are reported by the process servers. So whichever are served, if the service is complete, then you will upload it accordingly. If the service is not complete, then you will upload it accordingly. And once everything is done, you can just log out from the system. This is with regard to the service of processes through any step. So this is one of the system which helps not only the service of the process in a faster manner, but this will also help to find out whether the process has been actually served to the required parties or not, because you can click the picture also. You will obtain the signature and click the picture. And one important thing which is here is that you don't need to wait for the process server to come back to the court and report saying that these processes have been served or these have been unserved. Once he clicks the button and uploads everything in the system will automatically show you that these are the processes which have already been served. So you need not have to wait for the process server to come back to the court and report saying that these processes are not been served or these processes have already been served. So thank you. These are some of the slides which I shared with you. Now there is another topic also which is assigned to me. This is interoperable criminal justice system. I hope you all can see the screen. Now I'll be sharing some of the slides in this ICJS also. So basically this ICJS is a system. It is an integrated system where all the FIR, charge sheet, everything will be online, and it can be shared between the court, police, prosecution, forensics, juvenile homes, JJBs, then the jail. Everybody can access this through a single window system. So this is ICJS. So I don't know whether now the police have started filing the charge sheet through this medium, through this system, but if they started filing it, then it is an integrated system where everything comes online in the CIS, not in the CIS, in the ICJS portal, because this ICJS and the CIS, this will automatically integrate each other. So whatever information, whatever data is forwarded in the ICJS, this can be taken in the CIS system. So these are all about the ICJS, how it will function, what it does. So all these things. Now, interoperability of data across the pillars of the criminal justice system. In order to build an effective criminal justice system across the country, it is essential that the data across all pillars of criminal justice is interoperable and is accessible across all pillars. That means it provides a platform from where all the stakeholders of the justice system, a criminal justice system, can see the data, analyze the data. You do not have to file any physical charge sheet. Everything comes through the ICJS. Once the charge sheet comes before the court, there are processes to be followed. How you can consume it, how you can consume the FIR, how you can consume the charge sheet. Everything is there. We'll go through it one by one. Now, it is an essential that the crime and criminal data is available at a centralized national application for search across data from all pillars using key identification fields such as FIR, case number, prison IDs, etc. So, if any stakeholder in the criminal justice system wants to see any data regarding any of the case, then you can either search it through the FIR number or the case number or prison ID number, etc. So even search with regard to the text is also there. You can put some of the keywords of a charge sheet in the search menu. Then you can search for those keywords, and the system will take you to those charge sheets or those data where these keywords are being used repeatedly. So this facility is also there. So even you can see the trials, the stages of the trials, the judgments, forensic information, everything will be shared through this system only. So reporting of the FIR, case pendency, prisoners detail, prisoner status based information for investigation, search, case history, judgment provided, and other details pertaining to criminal justice required from time to time. So all this information will be there, and this is a copyright and protected by NIC, Government of India, Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. So this will provide you the seamless sharing of data across all pillars through a common network connectivity. So once you enter into the ICJS system, then you can see whatever is required, the list of witnesses, name of the accused persons, FIR, the other details, the seizure memos, statements, everything will be uploaded there only. So ICJS, these are the pillars. These are all data can be shared by these persons, like the court, prison authorities, police, FSL, and prosecution, then women and child department, and fingerprinting. So all these they can share and go through these data. Even if they have to upload something, then they can, like the fingerprint expert, after the report is prepared, he can directly upload it in the ICJS system. So this is also the specialty of the ICJS. The project is fully aligned with the version of the Smart Policing and Digital India of the Government of India. Police citizen interface will undergo a major shift with the implementation of this project, as a number of services will be enabled through citizen portal. This is a mission mode project. Government of India is initiating this project. Now, challenges are integrating system with highest possible accuracy to achieve related data from the various pillars. So this is a major problem which is faced by the ICJS, that is accuracy of the data, because a slightest of the carelessness from any of the pillars, like if the police has given a wrong list of the witnesses, if they have uploaded that it will remain in the system, and that will create a major problem later on if it is not rectified on time. So this accuracy data is one of the major problem. Now this Digital India, like I've already said, that this is an initiative of the Government of India, and they are taking this initiative. Now another specialty is with regard to the analytics. The data, whatever is uploaded in ICJS, you can go through the data, you can see the patterns of the crime being committed in different parts of the country, then the the types of the accused persons, the number of the accused person involved, type of the accused person, the age group, the sex, everything you can just see from this, because this is, once the data is uploaded in ICJS, it is visible for all the stakeholders. You can see the data from any parts of the country. Now, the main advantage of ICJS is all the witnesses' name available in the charge sheet are pre-entered in the CCTNS. This CCTNS means Crime and Criminal Tracking Networking System. This is Crime and Criminal Tracking Networking System. So once this is uploaded in ICJS, then you can see all this data also. Charge sheet, name of the witnesses, and after this information is consumed in the CIS, will come later how we will consume all this data, extract the data from the ICJS and keep it in the CIS, that is also there in the slides. So you can shift this data, you can transfer this data from ICJS to CIS. Once it is shifted, then it will be like the physical charge sheet for us. And no further entries in respect of witness's name is required. All the accused name and other required details are also pre-entered in CCTNS, and after consuming the same in CIS application software, all the pre-entered data gets transferred and available in CIS. So once the data is transformed from ICJS to CIS, then all this information, the list of witnesses, other required documents, name of the accused persons, everything whichever is there already uploaded in ICJS will be transferred in the CIS system. So this we have already discussed the features of ICJS. Now this is the dashboard ICJS menu under CIS. So this is ICJS dashboard. First screen you will see is this. Then you can verify the FIR, you can verify the charge sheet, you can consume the charge sheet and reconsume the charge sheet under ICJS. So ICJS dashboard gives as on date the consolidated picture of consumed data, verified data, rejected data, and to be verified data for the FIR as well as for charge sheets. On clicking the respective tabs of the consumed data, verified data, rejected data, and to be verified data, list of records can also be viewed along with the case records, number, and other details. Like once you enter into this ICJS, then you will find this kind of screen appearing before you. This is with regard to the consumption of FIR. That means consumption of FIR means once the FIR and the charge sheet is uploaded in ICJS, then you have to select the case, which case you want to consume, which police station, which case number. Once that is uploaded, then that FIR will automatically be displayed here. Then you can consume the FIR. That means once you have consumed the FIR, the data will be transferred in the CIS. If you click on the refresh button available in the right top corner, this one, with display all the available FIRs data in the total records available column. So if you click the refresh button, then it will show you all the FIRs available in the ICJS. So click on consume button will consume the FIR in the CIS application software, which will be available for verification, registration, rejection, or for necessary correction. So once you find out the FIR, which one you want to consume, then once you click the consume, then it will be transferred in the CIS. So once it is transferred in the CIS, then you have to verify it. Once you verify it, whether this is the same FIR which you want to keep in the system, when everything matches, all the number, case number, offenses and all matches, then you will verify it and consume it. That means once you verify it, it will be now saved in the CIS system, that is court information system. It will be available there. Now similarly, this is the consumption of the charge sheet, fetching the charge sheet data. So this is also same. You have to search for all the charge sheet which you want to consume, from which police station, which case number, name of the parties. Once you have selected the charge sheet which you want to consume, then this charge sheet, after you click the button consume, then you will see this screen where you have to verify the charge sheet, whether it is the same charge sheet or not, whether the charge sheet has been properly filed or not. After verification, you can either transfer the data in the CIS, or you can reject the charge sheet. You can also reject the charge sheet, saying that this charge sheet is incomplete or it needs to be resubmitted. If everything is fine, if the charge sheet is fine, all the required information, all the required documents have been uploaded in the ICJS, and you find the charge sheet to be okay, then you can click the submit button. Once the submit button is clicked, then the charge sheet gets registered in the CIS software. So after you verify all these things, similarly the verification of FIR is also same. Once you verify everything, and if you find that all the required information is there, then you will click the submit button. Once the submit button is clicked, then this entire data will be automatically registered in the CIS as a case. So this is with regard to the ICJS. So maybe because of this screen sharing problem, I don't know whether everybody could see the screen which I have shared or not, but I have this slides, these PPTs with me. I can always share through either through the WhatsApp or the emails also. I can share it in your emails also if you want to go through it once more, because this is quite a lengthy the PPTs, and there are lots of information which have been put up in these PPTs. These PPTs were also shared by the e-committees only, e-committees, Supreme Court of India only. So these are not the PPTs prepared by us. These were shared with the direction that you need to share these PPTs to all the stakeholders of the criminal justice system. So this is all I have to share with you today. Now, if anybody have any queries, any questions, or anything regarding the any steps or the PPTs which I have presented today before you, that any step as well as this ICJS, I'll be happy to answer the queries of my learned friends and the learned senior judicial officers. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Suraj sir. So, any questions from any learned judicial officer?
Oh, got it. Any questions?
Question this, sir. Seriously, it was so nice to see you, and I think you explained NSTEP so nicely. This is the first time I've seen such an elaborate explanation of NSTEP. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Jwala madam. I guess this is Jwala madam.
Hazir, sir. Hazir.
Anything else? If anybody has any queries, because I am also not an expert in all these things. I'm trying to justify myself with all these PPTs. Because I don't have.
I had one question.
Yes, madam.
तपाईँले भन्नुभयो नि like when the police file the charge sheet, no, if I didn't got that thing. Once it's verified and I think consumed, no, then we can't change it, no.
Once it comes to the ICJS and registered, we cannot change it, madam.
Yeah, because very often what happens is during trial, then they realize like list of witnesses is now we have left out the victim and we have put this wrong person accused in the list and all that. So those corrections cannot be made, no.
In ICJS, I don't think that corrections can be made, but I think they have to file a physical list of witnesses or the remaining documents, which can later on uploaded in the system.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Anything else?
If any query, please put to the learned resource person. I think learned judicial officer has, I think, exhausted all questions. Now, thank you so much, Suraj sir. Thank you so much for sharing your precious time here with all of us. Then, due to time constraint, I request Mr. Rajeev, kindly proceed with the third session of today's program.
Thank you, sir. A very good morning to learned Principal District and Session Judge, learned District and Session Judges, learned Director Sikkim Judicial Academy, learned LR Secretary Law Department, learned CPC Sir High Court of Sikkim, learned Chief Judicial Magistrates and learned Judicial Magistrates. I would like to start my presentation by sharing my screen. I hope all the learned judicial officers can see my screen. Okay.
It's clearly visible. Yes, please proceed.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. So the topic I have been trying this with, the first topic is Kavach authentication. So Kavach authentication, normally the username and password is sufficient to access emails. For a Gmail, we just have to know the username and password, then we'll be able to enter into the Gmail. So this kind of authentication is called single factor authentication, or in short SFA. So now with Kavach, we are implementing two-factor authentication. And authentication has been made mandatory for services from National Information Centers, NIC, Government of India. Hence, NIC has introduced Kavach application to provide another layer of protection for emails. This means that if a person knows the user ID and password, still he or she will not be able to access the email because of Kavach or extra token code or the permission of the user is asked. Until and unless the permission is not given by the user, the person who is trying to access the email will not be accessed. The token that we are talking about is a 6-digit numeric digits that gets auto-generated in period of 30 seconds. And NIC promotes using government official emails for all official communication. Hence, using Kavach authentication in the future will be our norm. The advantages is this will follow no one to access your email without your permission, and it protects emails and keeps access under the user control. So two-factor authentication, like I said, not just the user ID and password, another layer of security, in this case, token is generated. And example of two-factor authentication I would like to bring to your notice is the SBI internet banking system that they are using right now. So when you enter your user ID and password in your SBI user account, you will get an OTP SMS in your mobile number, and then you have to enter the OTP, and only then you will be able to access your banking details. So this is also a two-factor authentication. The National Institute of Standards and Technology, NIST, that is an international organization, has concluded that OTPs sent via SMS are also vulnerable, and they are prone to attacks against the mobile phone network and malware, and can be used to intercept. That means this kind of SMS is also not completely secure, and it is vulnerable. So we need to be extra careful whenever we use such authentication. So tips before proceeding with Kavach application: the mobile number has to be linked with the user email, and the easiest way to use the Kavach, there are many ways. The easiest way is to use the Kavach by installing in the mobile phone. And whenever you use the Kavach, please make sure that the internet is working in the mobile phone. And the Kavach application for a particular email ID can be installed in maximum 3 number of devices. That can be 3 mobile phone, 2 computer, 1 mobile phone, but the maximum number is 3. And each time you access your email, or a notification or a message will come for your access. And when the user gives access, only then the email can be accessed. And if, for example, if you have installed Kavach in your mobile phone, it's not that you will be able to access only from the mobile. You can access from any computer or mobile, but the authentication will come to the mobile phone that you have installed the Kavach in. And once you have access, then only you will be able to access the email from anywhere. So first of all, we need to configure the Kavach. This is a screenshot of the Kavach link that can be opened in the desktop. After this is the configuration of the mobile. So when you go to App Store or Google Play Store and search for Kavach authentication, this is the app that you are able to see on the screen. You have to install this app. It is available for both Apple and Android mobile phones. Kavach using mobile app. So when you have installed the Kavach application in your mobile, the first screenshot is the screen that you will see. And once you enter your email ID and password, you will be asked for an OTP. Once you have entered the OTP, then this is the screenshot number 2. This is like, for example, Namchi, dsc-namchi-skm@nic.in. This is our email ID, and this is my mobile screenshot. So this is how we will see in our mobile phone. And 406474, that is the OTP, that is not the OTP, sorry, that is the token in this case that will be generated in every 30 seconds. So not just the password and the user ID, this token is also needed in order to access the email. And as you can see on the screenshot number 3, total number of 3 devices, we have installed this in the 3 devices. So 2 methods to use Kavach using mobile app. Once you have entered, for example, when you open the email.gov.in in the computer and insert the username and password and you press enter, the screenshot number 1, Kavach login request will come to your mobile. And when you open it, it will give you 2 options, accept or deny. So once you accept it, then you will be able to access the email in the computer. And second is by appending the OTP with password, means the 6 digits token code that is generated in the mobile phone, we can just add to our password. For example, on the screenshot number 4, the email ID is given, the password is given, and we have to add the 6 digit along with the password and then enter, then we will be able to access our email ID. So I would like to show how we will be able to access our email ID. So for example, this is our email ID and this is the password. Now I will just go to my mobile phone and insert the digit token code and press enter.
Mr. Rajeev, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry to interrupt you. I had a question here, So, like the email ID that we entered when we downloaded this app, no?
Yes,
It was
ma'am.
the email ID that I have in my Kavash app is of my previous posting. Now there is somebody else there, but in my phone it is still district at such and such place, no? So will I be able to access this, or do I need to change my email ID now?
Ma'am, the
I think
email
the
ID
same thing
is
will go for the others also who in the meantime got transferred or shuffled, no? So our email IDs at the time when we downloaded, installed this app in our mobile phones is something else.
Yes, ma'am.
So what do we do?
Ma'am, for example, Jivan sir, yeah, he was the district judge at Namchi. So he had an email ID with Jivan @aij.gov.in. That was his personal official email ID. So once he was transferred to Gangtok, he will be able to use that email ID only. And but the phone number in which the email ID is registered has to be the same.
Oh, no, because our, I don't know about the others, but because my previous email ID is Gelzing District Judge.
Oh, ma'am, that is for the
official email, no?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, actually, that should not be a personal. That should not be your personal email ID, ma'am. The personal email ID must be in your name, ma'am.
No. So
like for Jivan sir, it is
official email register. I need to change this, no?
Okay. Yes, ma'am. You have to make a new email ID with your name @aij.in. Ma'am, you have to request to NAC, and NAC will provide you an email ID.
Okay, thank you.
Ma'am, I'll log in another faster case. So I'll just continue with my slide. So next topic is the faster system. Faster is fast and secure transmission of electronic records. So Honorable Supreme Court on 16/7/2021 passed an order in suo motu writ petition Civil 4 of 2021 in re-delay in release of convicts after grant of bail for the implementation of faster. In this matter, the Honorable Supreme Court found that during the COVID-19 pandemic, despite lot of bail orders that were being granted by Honorable Supreme Court, many of these were not being released because certified copy of bail orders were not being able to be transmitted to lower courts. So Supreme Court directed to implement the faster. So faster standard operating procedure SOPs have been communicated to all the learned judicial officers by High Court of Sikkim by letter bearing reference 67797 HCS Judicial dated 22/04/2022, where all the steps of faster has been directed out there. So this is the screen that you can see. This is the faster email ID namchi.dj@jcn.nac.in. So this is the faster email ID for Namchi district. So faster is a closed domain with .jcn. namchi.dj@jcn.nac.in. JCN is the domain for the faster, and for judicial officers it is aij.gov.in. So .jcn is a domain, and this domain is a closed domain that NAC has created, and no other emails from, for example, from Gmail or any other email can be emailed to the faster email ID, or from faster email ID we also cannot email to any other email ID, for example Gmail or any other email ID. It is a closed domain, and only between the Supreme Court and the lower judicial courts can only access this email. In this system, the Supreme Court, all the high courts and district courts have been connected. At present, Learned Registrar, High Court of Sikkim is the nodal officer for FASTA, and all the learned district and session judges are its members. So learned district and session judges can use the email themselves or can authorize the person to monitor it by using Kavach. Generally, bail orders will be communicated, stay orders can also be communicated, or any other communication can be sent from the registry of Supreme Court of India directly to the lower courts using the FASTA system. When a district judge gets transferred from one district to another, then we have to update the FASTA profile with the new appointed district and session judge, and this should be notified to the nodal officer that is in the High Court. So we suggest that FASTA emails should be regularly checked. I would like to log into the FASTA system. So as you can see, this is our FASTA system that I have logged into. This is these are the emails that has been communicated so far. So, as you can see, Mr. Pradeep Nanda, Technical Director, NIC, Supreme Court of India, had directly sent an email to High Court, and High Court had forwarded. So this is our FASTA system where the emails are communicated in a closed domain. So I used Kavach just now to log in into this system. So my next topic is e-filing and e-pay. E-filing, the E-Committee Supreme Court of India has set up the e-filing application which enables electronic filing by an advocate or party in person. So using the e-filing cases, both civil and criminal can be filed before high courts and sovereign courts. E-filing system is aimed at promoting paperless filing and create time and cost-saving efficiencies by adopting technological solutions. E-filing and e-pay had been launched by the Honorable High Court of Sikkim on 3rd August 2022. The user manuals, tutorial videos, and link for e-filing and e-pay has been shared in High Court of Sikkim. And you can just go and visit High Court and System, High Court of Sikkim website, and there is a link, another page separately created for e-filing and e-pay. All the details can be found out there, including tutorial videos, manuals, etc. So this is a diagram that I tried to make in order to show the e-filing system. So in e-filing system, the advocates and the party in person, they themselves enter the case details and file. In physical filing, our staff in the filing counter used to fill all those details. Now in e-filing, this has shifted towards the advocates and the party in person. So what happens in e-filing is like the advocates will go to their profile, e-filing profile, and then enter all the case details and then file. Once the e-filing is done, if the advocates won't be able to file, they go to e-Seva Kendra and they ask the staff at e-Seva Kendra for support, and he or she will be able to file the case. Once the advocate files the case, then the e-file case comes to the filing counter. Filing section consists of e-filing counter and the court manager. So once the e-filing is done by the advocate, it comes to the filing counter. The LDA cum data operator, in the case of District and Session Court Namchi, they will consume the e-filing case. They see whether it has been filed in a particular format as per the rules, and they accept and reject e-filing after scrutiny. They can prepare reports regarding e-filing, and then they scrutiny, and after scrutiny they will register the case in the CIS. And parallelly, they will come to the court manager and they will inform the court manager regarding the case. The court manager will then give the go ahead, and then the court manager will oversee all the e-filing operations, scrutiny, and other case-related queries. This is the e-filing registration page. The URL that you can see on the bottom of the screen, efiling.ecourts.org.in/sk is the URL where e-filing is done. For Sikkim, this is for Sikkim, hence SK, that is for Sikkim. So once they go to this link, they will be able to see this screen. And first of all, the advocate or party in person have to register in e-filing. And in order to register for e-filing, the advocate has to make their profile in the CIS of the particular court. So you can see the advocate mobile number, email, bar registration number, and user ID he or she has to enter. After that, an OTP will come to their mobile, and they have to enter the OTP. And after the OTP, another page, personal details, will come where the advocate has to enter all the details and then register. Only completing all these steps, the advocate will be able to register. And that is the e-filing in the part of advocate and party in person. E-filing in the courts, we have also many user IDs for the courts. First of all, we have super admin in High Court who will manage all the e-filing profiles. And under super admin, each district has been created one district admin who will manage all the e-filing admins. And for Namchi, we have one district admin and 3 user admin. The 3 user admin are for establishment of district and session judge, establishment of chief judicial magistrate, and establishment of civil judge senior division South Sikkim. And this, once the advocate files their case, using this user admin, the LA-com data operator log into the particular establishment, and they will be able to see all those details that has been filed by the advocates. And then they will scrutinize it, consume it, and then register it. E-filing is not implemented in sub-divisional courts where there is only MPLS connection. And in MPLS connection, CIS, the data of CIS is shared only to NGTC. So till the NAC to P2P connection is available in the sub-divisional courts where only MPLS connection is there, till then the e-filing will not be able to be conducted. In e-filing, there are 2 stages of e-filing. E-filing of cases through online, and after the online, we have to consume it and enter and register it in the CIS. There are many criteria that the advocates who are e-filing has to keep in their mind. For example, the PDF size that they are uploading should not exceed 20 MB. The format should be as per the e-filing rules. And after the case is consumed in the CIS, we have to verify or accept. And after verification, the filing number and CNN number is generated. And after that, when we register in the CIS, register ID is also generated. This was a letter from the Honorable High Court of Sikkim, wherein it has been directed to file all the cases, and all the names and types of cases that needs to be e-filed has been listed from 1 to 10. This is the e-filing rules that has been created for e-filing. So the advocates who are filing should keep in mind of these rules. And in this rule, there is particularly say 6 formatting. So the formatting of the page and fonts are listed. So the advocates has to file in this manner. Now I would like to come to e-pay. So e-pay is an online process through which the court fee, judicial deposit, fine, and other payments can be made. For Sikkim, we have e-pay implemented in 4 sections. One is for High Court of Sikkim and Gangtok, Gazing, Mangan, Namchi. This is the screenshot of the screen of e-pay. I would like to just show the hands-on of e-pay. So in High Court of Sikkim website, there is a e-filing and e-payment. The advocate who is about to e-file or e-pay can go there. Then there is a link, take me to e-filing and take me to e-payment. He or she can go to e-payment, and this page will come. E-payment is implemented in SBI Collect. So he or she has to click the tick button. After that, select the state, that is Sikkim. Type of corporate, we have government department, and in government department we have High Court and Subordinate Courts of Sikkim. So now we are into High Court and Subordinate Courts of Sikkim e-payment portal. So now he or she has to select where he needs to do the payment. If Namchi, then he or she has to select Namchi and select the establishment, district and session judge, district and sessions court. If he knows the CNR number of the case, he can enter party name, advocate name, type of fee that he or she is paying. For example, court fee, amount 500, remarks, and name, date of email ID. So once the details have been entered, you have to confirm it. And after you confirm it, it takes to the gateway. So this is the gateway of SBI where the payment can be done. So you can either use any of this option. You can go for other banks internet banking. And when you go for other bank internet banking, it's same like buying. You can use your card and do the payment. Once you do the payment, receipt, you will receive a receipt, and the soft copy of the receipt can be printed, and the hard copy can be made out of the soft copy and can be attached. That is for e-payment. And e-filing, this is the link that you have to click in order to go to e-filing. So once you click on e-filing, this is the page for Sikkim. SK is for Sikkim, and you have to log in. So this is a dummy profile that we have created for of advocate. So once an advocate logs in into the e-filing profile, he or she will see this page. So this is the e-filing page of an advocate or party in person. So this is the home page where e-filing status, the draft is when he or she is filing a case and he or she leaves it in that condition, it is saved in the draft. And these are the stages, different stages in which the e-filing will move. Once he has made a draft, he has to file, and once it is accepted, it will come to e-filed cases. So these are the various fields of the e-filing. So for example, if he needs to file a new case, he or she goes to the new case profile and then lower court, select Sikkim, district, then district and sessions court, if it is for civil, original, case type, submit. Then these are the 12 stages of e-filing. First is the petitioner, respondent, extra information, extra party. These are all the details that he or she, the advocate, needs to enter. And the entry of this data is the responsibility of the advocate. If the advocate has not entered the data correctly, we can be able to reject it, and he or she has to refile it. So there are color codes out here. The blue is the page in which we are currently at. The green is the color once we complete filling it. Orange is for optional, and red is for compulsory. We need to fill it. So just for example, if I type the petitioner name, and save. So now you can see the petitioner page is green. That means we have completely filled the details. And this respondent is blue. That means we are currently at respondent. And as you can see, we have a e-filing number. This is the e-filing number that is generated. So once you enter the all the details, you will be able to file the case and submit it. So this is how we enter, and once the advocate has filed it, then the user admin of the court has to log in and accept the filing. So, for example, this is the user ID of District and Sessions Court. So here the new filing, as you can see, this is the new filing that is here. One is in the CIS, 31 is pending, total cases e-filed, defected. So this is how the LA-cum data operators of the courts will be able to see the case and all its details. So this is how the advocate has entered the details. So you can see all the details out here. And if you find anything wrong out here, then the LA-cum data operators can reject this and the advocate has to refile it. Mobile OTP is used for the authentication. This is the easiest method to sign. Once you sign in the using the mobile authentication, this is the application. So this is one of the case that was e-filed. Once we e-file it, this is our CIS. This is the page that you can see. This is our CIS, and in the e-filing section of the CIS, we are able to see this ECSKNM. This is the e-file case that the advocate has filed through e-filing portal. So this is how e-filing is done. And once if it comes in the CIS, then we have to consume it and then scrutiny it and then register it. In e-filing cases, there are two ways in which there are two phases where we can scrutinize it. Once in the e-filing portal itself, when we find that the documents are not in good form, we can reject it in e-filing itself. If we have accepted, we can scrutinize it in the CIS also. So there are two stages in which we can scrutinize the case. So this is all about e-pay and e-filing. Now I'll just like to brief about the case information system. Just one functionality of case information system. Case information software is created under the guidance of e-committee, Supreme Court of India, and it was created by software team at NIC Pune. Case information has automated process like filing, scrutiny, registration, court proceedings, etc. The whole idea of CIS is to put in a nutshell that the litigant should be able to view the daily case status of his or her case, to view the orders of the case, hearing of the next day, the progress of the case, or any other particular details from anywhere in the world. Currently, we are using CIS 3.2 version. So these are the basic functions of CIS, and I would just like to go through the FORA workflow, that is filing, objection, registration, allocation. It is the stages of the case through which any case passes through once filed in the CIS. So once e-filing is done and we accept it in the CIS, then the FORA is to be followed, that is filing, then objection, then registration, and then allocation. So this is all about my presentation. I would like to thank everyone for their valuable time. Thank you. Hello, sir. I'm back.
Yes. If any judicial officer has any questions to put before learned resource person to clarify. I think now we have already crossed 11:45. Now it's time to conclude today's session. It's my honor and privilege to conclude the same by offering vote of thanks to all. Firstly, to three learned resource persons who, keeping aside of all personal comfort and convenience, have been kind enough to accept our request and conducted all sessions by clarifying any number of issues involved on eight topics of today's program in a very simple and basic manner, for which I, on behalf of Sikkim Judicial Academy, would like to offer sincere thanks to all of them for their remarkable and wonderful contribution. I equally would like to offer my sincere thanks to all learned judicial officers who, despite of having both judicial and administrative work of paramount importance on the board, before the self-festival without having any hesitation and reservation during this program, and enhance the elegance of today's session by sharing precious time with esteemed presence. I would like to offer once again sincere thanks to all. Last but not the least, I would like to offer my sincere thanks to all technical team of Suraj and Sikkim Judicial Academy for helping us extensively to make today's session more comfortable, vibrant, and successful. Thank you. Thank you. With the consent of now all three learned resource persons, I would like to declare the end of today's session. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you.